Yes. So if you will see, finding a square root through repeated subtraction. Of course, we can find a square root through repeated subtraction also. That is, suppose if any number is given, square number or it is non-square number, that can be known. Suppose if a number is given 64, then how we can find the square root of 64? By repeated subtraction. Or how we can find that 64 is a square number or not? Let's see. When in repeated subtraction, what we do? We start subtracting from 1. All odd numbers only we will be subtracting. Yes. 1 subtracted, then came 63. Again after 1, 3 subtracted, then got 60. Again after that, 5 subtracted, then got 55. Again after that, what we will subtract? 7. Then we will get 48. Okay. Again I am raising it up. And then after, when again we will subtract 9, we will get 39. Yes. And again we will subtract 11. Then we will get how much? 28. Is it? Not 38. 28.
Yes.
And again when we will subtract after 11, there comes the next odd number 13. So what will happen? It will become 5. And what? And next odd number is 50. You see, when you are subtracting these all numbers and when it comes 0, that means what? It is a perfect square.
How many terms?
If it doesn't come 0, that means it is not a perfect square. And now if it is a perfect square, of course its square root will also be there. And its square root is how much? That we can find it simply by counting it, how many times we are subtracting. So just see, once, twice, thrice, 4 times, then after, okay, 5 times, 6 times, 7 times, 8 times. 8 times we had subtracted and it came 0. So we can write root under 64 or a square root of 64 is 8. Even plus minus 8 we can write. Because 8 into 8 is also 64 and minus 8 into minus 8 is also 64. Yes? It is lengthy process, but it is also one of the process of finding a square root. That is a lay. So of course okay, small, okay, you want to take a screenshot, is it? Okay, of course. So no problem, I will be making it smaller, yes. Is it visible now? Yes. Yes, odd numbers. Got it?
In even it will not, the perfect square will not come.
Yes, in even number perfect square will not come because we had read earlier that is sum of first and odd numbers is n square. Yes. Okay, that's why.
So we cannot find this like subtracting 64 minus 1, then 63 minus 2 and so on.
No.
No, it will not.
Because sum of first and odd numbers only gives the n square. That's why we are subtracting only odd numbers. Clear? Yes? Yes. Yes, one of the process is this. You can use this process also, or simply you can prime factorize. Further you will get further more process we will be studying, like 49 prime factorization process will also come, like 7 7 are 49, then 7 will be the square root. There are several processes, out of which it is what? Repeated subtraction method of finding a square root. Clear?
Yes, yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. So much lengthy process.
Lengthy process? Of course, it is
Yes,
lengthy
yes.
because you have to subtract one by one, so it will become lengthy.
It is very easy, sir.
But it's easier also. Of course, for a smaller number like 25 square, 26 square, it can be used, okay, subtracted 25 or 26 times, but if it will be more than 100, then of course it will become difficult for you. So only as a process we are studying. Further we will come towards other process also, prime factorization process also. So same process it has been described over here. If you will see, we have earlier in this chapter studied the sum of first and odd number is n square. So we can use this fact to find the square root of a number, say a. Here it is said, from a the first odd number is 1, 1 is subtracted, and then from the result next odd number 3 is subtracted. Okay, and this process of subtraction continues. After that 5, then 7, then 9, then 11, until the final result is 0. When final result becomes 0, then what you will do? It has been said in next one. The number of times the subtraction is performed to arrive at 0 is the square root of the given number. If 0 comes, then in how many times of subtraction in odd consecutive odd numbers it came 0, that much will become the square root of the given number. Now, another, it is, if the successive subtraction do not yield 0, that means after subtraction it doesn't come 0, that means then the given number a is not a perfect square. Got it? Okay, so now we will be moving towards example number 12. Okay. If you will see example number 12 over here, it has been said find the square root of 121 using repeated subtraction. We subtract consecutive number 1, 3, 5 from 121 as follows. You can see in first step 1 subtracted, then in second step 3 subtracted, third 5 subtracted, 7 subtracted, 9 subtracted, 11 subtracted, 13 subtracted, 15 subtracted, 17 subtracted, 19 subtracted, and 21 subtracted. At 21 it becomes 0. In how many times? In 11 times it becomes 0. Here it has been written 0 is obtained after subtraction is performed 11 times. Thus root under 121 is 11. Got it? Yes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So now, after that we will be moving towards example number 13. Using repeated subtraction, find whether 148 is perfect square or not. 45, either 140 is perfect square or not. If not, find the smallest number that should be A added to and B. Two questions are there, okay? Added to and B is subtracted from 148 to obtain a perfect square. So how to know which number should be added or which number should be subtracted to get a perfect square? Let's see. Okay. So of course here also same process we will do 1, 3, 5. This way we will go on subtracting. But here next step will be taken that we will be watching just now. So now what I will do over here is, okay, there is presenting, but not this remote. If I will click on stop presenting, then no problem. Give control, that means I can give control to students also. Now it has been cancelled. So now if you will see next page, okay, earlier and here it is subtracted. If you will see here also continuous subtraction takes place. For this 148 was the number. So from 148 what it has been done? Continuous subtraction has been taken. At first 1 it has been subtracted. Okay. After that 3. Okay. After that 5. then 7, then 9, then 11, then 13, then 15, then 17, then 19. And then after 21 and 23. Now you just see, if you will subtract bigger number, of course it will become negative. It doesn't become 0. So it is not a perfect square. Since the remainder is not 0, 148 is not a perfect square. But it has been asked. Now what should be subtracted to get perfect square? So first number is 4. If 4 will be subtracted from this number, then we will get a perfect square. Now what will be added? So next number is how much? After 23 comes 25. So for making it 25, what will be should be added? 21. So 21 can be added to make it perfect square, or 4 can be subtracted to make it perfect square. Same thing it has been explained over here. If you will see, it has been said the next odd number is 25. For the number to be perfect square on subtracting 25, the answer should be 0. But when we subtract 25 from 4, we get minus 21. Thus 21 should be added. But if it comes minus over here, that means that much should be added. Then only it will become 0. So here it has been written. 21 should be added to 148 to get perfect square. That is 148 plus 21 is 169. That is the square of 13 square. 13 times it will become 0. So this is the answer for what number should be added to make it a perfect square. So our answer will be 21. 21 should be added. Okay. And here, what should be subtracted? In next question, B, it has been said what should be subtracted to make it perfect square. So on subtracting 23, the answer should be 0 for the given number to be a perfect square. But we get 4. So that 4 should be removed. When we subtract 23 from last step, thus 4 should be, okay, 4 we had got as a remainder, so that should be subtracted. So 4 should be subtracted from the number to get a square number, that is 148 minus 4, that is 144, that is the square of 12. Is this clear?
Then which answer will be correct, sir?
Yes. No, for adding, when we will add, then what will happen? 13 square will be the next square number. When we are adding, so of course the square number will be bigger. And on subtracting, of course, when we will subtract 4, then we will get 12 square. Both are the square number. So both is the answer. It is not that 13 square is the answer or 12 square is the answer. While adding, we will get the bigger square, that is 13 square. And while subtracting, we will get the smaller square, that is 12 square. Clear?
Okay. Yes.
So now, here again comes, try this section. Find the square root of the following number using repeated subtraction. Of course, here you have to use repeated subtraction only to find its square root. Will you be able to find the square root by repeated subtraction method? No need to explain any question.
No, sir. First week is 17, then 19, then 9, then 21.
Yes.
25 and 30.
Okay. You will do it if you are knowing. And of course, in example also the process it has been shown itself. Okay. And if there will be doubt, of course, next day also you can ask me. And if you will see second number question, what it has been said, by repeated subtraction, find if 680 is a perfect square. Okay. If not, find the smallest number which should be subtracted from 680 to get perfect square. At first it has been said to find which should be subtracted. And then find the square root of the number thus obtained. And only for subtraction only it has been asked over here. After subtracting, what square root you will be getting, that also you have to say. So it will be made just like previous example, type B. There also it has been said subtracted. Yes? And in question number 3, here also it has been said using Repeated subtraction, find the smallest